Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hendersonville, Tennessee for tonight's Ohio Valley League action between the Full Count Rhythm and the Paducah Chiefs, the late arriving Paducah Chiefs. Apparently they had some bus issues. Either that or they stopped off at Tootsie's Orchid Lounge down in Nashville for, a quick iced tea. That's what people stop in at Tootsie's for, is a quick iced tea. That's what I understand. I don't go there. I get my iced tea elsewhere. Chick-fil-A. Go to Chick-fil-A Rivergate. Get me some of the Christian chicken and that sweet tea from Todd and Linda Hunley up the road in Madison. Tim Reese on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Umpires have come down out of the press box early. For some reason, they did not want to enjoy any longer the cool press box that we offer here at Drakes Creek Field number 3. And they wanted to get out into the heat, and it is a scorcher out here tonight. It'll be in the mid-90s, and it feels like of mid-100s. Makes me very much appreciate the fact that I'm a broadcaster now, not a player. Those days are long past. And you see the meeting is breaking up, but the Paducah Chiefs down the right field line are still loosening up. Their bus arrived probably about 6:20, 6:25-ish. So I'm going to assume that we're going to have a little bit of a delay. So we go ahead and get us some Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back to the Full Count Broadcast Network. Now it's time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineup.
Well, we'll have to have the starting lineups provided by Chick-fil-A of Rivergate after this break. We're playing the national anthem and getting started early, apparently. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And Chris Freeman says, play ball, but it's going to be a little while. Paducah Chiefs still loosening up out in right field, but their hitters are apparently ready. So the Rhythm going to take the field. Maybe it's not going to be a later start. Umpires are ready to get after it. So let's get you our Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First for the Paducah Chiefs with a record of 10-11. They're in fourth place. They won their last game. Prior to that, they had a 5-game losing streak and have not played since last Thursday, I believe it is. Leading off, playing left field, Andrew Dixon. Batting second, playing third base, Brett Haas. At first base is Trey Dooley. He's hitting in the 3 spot. Batting cleanup is the right fielder, Jack Robinson. Maddox Cope is playing second base, batting fifth. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Javon Andrews. Batting seventh is Carson Reed. He's behind the plate. Matthew Henderson, the DH, hits eighth, and Landon Gilbert playing shortstop, batting ninth. On the mound for the Chiefs, number 1, Avery Starks, 5'10", 165-pound incoming freshman to an undecided school. He's from Murray, Kentucky. And for the Rhythm, leading off, playing center field, Rylan Moses. Batting second, playing second, Ryder Blanchard. Batting third in the left field is Gabe Jenkins, and Edward McLeod is a DH hitting cleanup. Nathan Rollins at first base, batting fifth. Tate Dickinson hits sixth, and he'll play right field. Jackson Zeller behind the plate, batting seventh. Landon Rogers moves over to play third base tonight. He's hitting eighth, and Joel Chandler, the second, is slotted at shortstop, batting ninth. And on the mound for the Rhythm, big Trenton Miller, the 6'4" right-hander, formerly at Volunteer State. He is whittling down his decision as to where he's going to further his academic and athletic career. 6'4", 230, rising redshirt junior from Greenbrier, Tennessee. He is the son of Bill and Trevor Miller, little brother or younger brother. Probably not smaller than Presley and Kendall, his oldest sisters. Nanny's in Kingston Springs, and Trent has had a fantastic beginning to his time on the mound with the Rhythm. He is appearing in his 5th game. It'll be his 3rd start. His 11 innings. He's only given up 5 hits, 2 runs, and 0 earned runs, which gives him a 0 ERA. 4 walks, 20 strikeouts in those 11 innings. And he has struck out 47% of the batters that he's faced. And we are getting started early tonight. Regular game time is supposed to be 7:05. But game time temperature brought to you by Safeware is 94 degrees. Feels like 104. First batter to the plate for the Paducah Chiefs is the left fielder Andrew Dixon, not Dickinson. Dickinson is playing right field, and the first pitch delivered at 7:02. In there for a called strike as we are underway. Game number 23 of the year for the Rhythm. It is game number 22 for the Chiefs. Slider catches the inside corner, and Miller gets ahead 0-2. Dixon is 6'3", 195 pounds. He's a freshman at Wabash Valley, hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. Small little town there in Kentucky. Big overhand breaker, and of course, and fire and security swinging strikeout to begin the ball game.
Now batting the third baseman, number 24, Brett Haas.
The director showed up tonight, brought some necessary supplies for the broadcaster here. But my wife said she wasn't feeling well. She was spent a good bit of time out in the heat today, and that might have been an issue for her. So she is not here tonight to run the computer. So I'll be handling that. We've got a clock operator up here that has not appeared in the press box. Slider swung on and missed. That's big Jackson Goddard, formerly a Liberty Creek Wolf, and an upcoming Belmont Bruin. He is our clock operator tonight, also known as a scoreboard operator, as Miller's got that overhand breaking pitch working. Another swing and a miss by Brett Haas, one of the top hitters for the Chiefs. Haas in his at least second year with Paducah. He's from Northeast Mississippi Community College. He's a hometown boy right there in Paducah. Probably went to McCracken County High School, as that pitch sails right by his nose for ball two. They don't list the high schools. I guess he could have gone to Paducah Tillman. That's also right there in Paducah. I assume a rivalry. So Ken Stegall, our world-class and world-famous official scorer, is back in his seat. Just outside, Full Count Ministries, Full Count. And the professional public address announcer, Chris with a K Freeman, back in his regular spot. New York-bound Chris Freeman, chomping on some cold French fries. Oh, Cheetos. Fouled off to the on-deck area, and Trey Dooley, who was not harmed by that foul ball, retrieves, tosses it over to, I'm going to guess, Sladen Moses again, the rhythm ball boy. Full count pitch to Haas. Swing and a miss, and a pitch out of the zone. And a Corson fire and security strikeout. Route number two.
The first baseman, number 40, Trey Dooley.
Trey Dooley stands in. Did a little bit of research on Trey. He was at Rice, I think, the last 2 years. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. Didn't see any stats for Trey this past year at Rice. I think he is in the portal. I did not confirm that. He's from Camden, Tennessee. Looks at a breaking pitch that misses outside for ball one. Who's watching? Doug Rogers. Landon Rogers' dad watching. Assume that's from down in Memphis. Swing and a miss. Ryan Sweeney is watching. Is this the first one you've ever watched live, Ryan? Is that what you're saying? Are you off getting a massage? What's the deal? That fastball pulled in right on the inside corner for a called strike. I did not notice that you were not here, Ryan. I would have noticed it as we moved along. Trey Dooley pops that one out to center field. Rylan Moses a couple steps back. And now about 6 or 7 in to haul that one in for a 1-2-3 inning. For the Rhythm, Dooley retired on a fly out to the center fielder. Rhythm trying to get their 6th win in a row. Will come into the dugout and pick up the Old Hickory steel-pressed wooden bats and see if they can put them to good use against Avery Starks. Just getting started here in a 9-inning contest. How about some Brewster's ice cream? Larry Gore's got the scoop going down in the Brewster's truck right by the merch pavilion. If you're in the stands here, go over there and tell Larry that you would like the Tim Reese scoop, the mint chocolate chip. That's what I had pregame. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Full Count Rhythm Baseball with my grandpa, Tim Reese, on the Full Count Sports Network.
Now, little Eli, he doesn't really care that much, I don't think, for mint chocolate chip ice cream, but he likes him some Brewsters. Took him and my other grandson, Reese Snapka, over there to Brewsters, and that was courtesy of some gift certificates provided by Nicole over at Brewster's. I got There we go. Nicole Federchek. That's how I'm going with it. She gave Full Count Ministries a couple of gift cards, and my daughter and I took the grandkids or grandsons over there when Reese was up from Mississippi. And had some good ice cream over there. Go see Brewster's. They're located in Hendersonville. Appreciate them being sponsors this year for the Full Count Rhythm. Rylan Moses, Ryder Blanchard, and Gabe Jenkins to start off the bottom of the first. The right-hander Starks delivers just outside. Sweeney in the Myrtle Beach Airport. Been hanging out on the beach for a couple of days. Off-speed pitch catches the outside corner. Rylan Moses in a little bit of a slump. Leads the club in hitting with 365, but he was up over the 400 mark for a long time. He lines that one out to left center field, and that's going to split the gap all the way to the wall. Moses is going to cruise into second base. See, he's going to go ahead and slide for the fun of it. And a Little Debbie double to lead off the game for Rylan Moses. Thanks to Eddie Smith and RES Distributing for their support of Vol State baseball. On the road, you need to have some Little Debbie snacks. Coach Carmen likes the donut sticks. I'm a Nutty Buddy guy. I need to get that list of Little Debbie snacks. There might be something that I like a little better than a Nutty Buddy. Squaring around the bunt and poking it down the first baseline is Ryder Blanchard. One hops over to Nick Krupp, the first base coach. Jonas Smithson, he's in the third base coaching box. A couple of assistant coaches. Josh Carmen in his fifth year as the head coach for the Rhythm, sixth year as the general manager. And it's basically his baby as the director of baseball operations. So I'll get that strike up there along with the ball. Full Count Ministries, been dealing with high school players primarily until 2021-ish, and he had the thought that why can't we get involved with college? Slow roller to shortstop, and the throw in the artificial turf by Gilbert, dug out of there by Trey Dooley. On the play, Moses moves to third. So a productive out by Ryder Blanchard, LSU Eunice Bengal. Now Gabe Jenkins, the VMI Cadet, stands in. Jenkins hitting .323, playing in his 19th game of the year, and that leads the ball club. Jenkins looks at a called strike, hitting in the 3-hole. He has 3 big flies, one of a dozen Full Count Rhythm players that have hit a home run this year. That one gets out over the fence, but it's the wrong way. It's a AAA autoglass foul ball. Flies are in abundance here tonight. 0-2 pitch coming to Jenkins with Edward McLeod on deck. And that is just outside for ball one. Tapper, that's going to go foul. Count remains 1-2. Paducah comes in with a team ERA of 4.86. Struck out 186 batters. That one's popped up to the right side, but Dooley sees that one go over the first base dugout. Another AAA glass foul ball. They've walked 106 batters in their 21 games to date. Swing and a miss on a slow breaking pitch, and that sets down Jenkins for out number 2.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 14, Edward McLeod.
Now Edward McLeod, the DH, he swings at a pitch outside for strike 1. It's a slider that might have sniffed at that outside corner at the beginning, but it landed in the right-hand batter's box. Same pitch, maybe a little bit lower. McLeod cannot hold up on those outside pitches from Avery Starks, trying to pitch around a leadoff double by Rylan Moses, who's still at third base. This one gets up in the zone there. That's a mistake by Avery Starks, and Edward McLeod did not make him pay. McLeod playing in his 13th game of the year, hitting .311. Fastball sails high. Edward, a couple doubles, got a triple, 6 RBIs. He's still looking for his first trip around the bases with the ball sailing out. That's going to get out of play. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Rhythm now lead the Ohio Valley League in home runs. Hit a couple of the other night against Henderson and took the home run lead away from Henderson. Full count with 30, and Henderson now with 29. A check swing foul ball. Or did that get his hands? That's going to say, they're going to say it hit his forearm, and that's going to be a hit batter. Julie Sweeney's checked in and said she's not at the Myrtle Beach Airport, and she can still provide the Full Count Ministries verses that we'll have at the end of each game. Scott Tucker, the head coach for the Paducah Chiefs, comes out to have a chat. I don't have our umpire. Who's our umpire? Yeah. I'm sorry? Okay. John Veltri behind the plate.
First base is Clinton Magnuson.
Clinton Magnuson is at first base, and
Third base is Colby Adams.
Colby Adams is the third umpire in the group tonight. He's at third base. And they're having a conversation as to whether or not, I'm assuming as to whether or not Edward McLeod actually swung the bat on the on that pitch. If he gets hit by the pitch, it's a swing if they indicate that he actually swung the bat. And apparently they've met, and Scott Tucker wanted to have more conversation with John Veltri, and John Veltri did not want to entertain that. Pitching coach for Paducah Chiefs, Kent Wallace. Other assistant coaches, Scott Matlock and Jay Smith. So runners at the corners, 2 outs. Tapper foul down the third base line. Off the bat of Nathan Rowland. Rowland playing his 15th game, and he's trying to get untracked with that old Hickory steel press bat. He's a Mercer Bear. His hometown is Ackworth, Georgia. Takes a pitch at the knees right over the plate, and he's down 0-2. So Mike Harrell saying he's at the beach as well, New Smyrna Beach. 0-2 pitch. McLeod staying close to first, and that is popped up. That will get out of play. And a young man brought his glove. He's off after that one. It doesn't look like there's a ton of competition out here today. Get you a squishy ball that has the stamp of AAA Autoglass. Got to be careful. Those are a little bit harder than my juggling ball. Swing and a miss. Starks gets Rowland chasing. He picks up a couple of strikeouts in the inning and strands 2 runners. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are through 1 inning and no score between the Rhythm and the Chiefs. It's a hot one here. Hopefully you're in a cool place and are hydrating. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Papa and Yaya, Javon Andrews, grandparents, I guess we're in town for, which game was it that was rained out? Was that a Paducah Full Count game? Got to meet Javon's host family. Glad you did that. There was one game in the OVL last night. That was Fulton as they took one on the chin to Hoptown. I watched that ended up watching it on Hoptown's broadcast. They've got a score bug on there. Fulton doesn't have a score bug, so you don't really know what the score is there. Jack Robinson, Maddox Cope, and the aforementioned Javon Andrews to face Trent Miller in inning number 2. Devin McCarron's out there recuperating, I'm assuming in Smyrna. Is that where you're hanging out, Devin, the former Creeker? Stewart's Creek High School. Robinson right back up the middle, and diving play by Joel Chandler the second, but that's an infield single for Robinson. Just a test right there by Chandler, just to see if he could get there. Good thing for Trent Miller, he did not touch that baseball with his throwing hand. It's an automatic reaction for sure, but it got over his outstretched right hand. Maddox Cope with one on. Throw over to first, and Robinson is back. Robinson, a average lead. He does not go, and there's a ground ball right up the middle. Taylor made double play, 6-4 to 3. A do-dat double play, just what the doctor ordered for Trenton Miller. It's the first do-dat double play we've had in a while. Thought Chandler was going to take that himself at first, but he wanted to let Blanchard make the throw. Now with nobody on and 2 out, Javon Andrews steps to the plate. He's a right-handed hitter. Breaking pitch misses outside. Javon from Hobart, Indiana, 5'8", 180 pounds. Attended, I assume, Vincennes for the last couple of years. They play JUCO baseball. It's a, excuse me, line drive down the first base line that goes foul. Going to be a check swing, and then going to be Javon trying to get out of the way of that inside fastball. Ball and a strike with Carson Reed waiting on deck. So Andrews might be looking for a new home. Miller can dial it up there in the low 90s. He's got a very sharp breaking pitch. When he gets in trouble, it's when he's not controlling the fastball or the breaking pitch, and he'll spike that breaking pitch. That will be trouble when there are runners on base. And he's got it working right now. He is delivering that slider. Sometimes he takes a little bit off and it has a little sharper break. I'm telling you, I watched Trent Miller's 2 years at Vol State, 23 and 2020, or 24 and 26. And the best he's looked is in his outing so far with the full count rhythm. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on after the leadoff single by Jack Robinson, an infield single. Then a 6-4-3 double play off the bat of Maddox Cope. And we'll have a full count Ministries full count. Again, we'll have the full count Ministries verse or verses of the game. Julie Sweeney says she's going to provide that. If you did already, I'm going to need it again because I don't know that I can go back and scroll through it. Full count pitch lands high for ball 4. First walk of the game for Miller.
Catcher, number 3, Carson Reed.
Well, apparently I can scroll back up there. Stand down on that, Julie. I'll see. You have not submitted it yet. Okay. You know, I thought, runner, they've got him picked over to first, and now in a rundown, and they're not going to be able to get Andrews. He runs right into Roland as the ball was coming to him. Roland is down on the ground, and I don't think, do you put an error on that, or you just say it's a non-play, Ken? Roland is down on the ground. Brad Swope, the trainer, is out of the Rhythm dugout on his way to check on last year's Mercer Bear teammate with Devin McCarron, Nathan Rowland. Throw just a tad late to get to Rowland, but he was the last man standing. There was nobody behind Rowland at that point. A good job by Andrews to stay in the rundown long enough. But what can you assume that he's going to be out? I didn't think he actually had a possession of the ball. I thought that the runner and the ball. Let me give you a little. You can zoom it. See, I don't think he ever had it. You want to look at it again? Yeah, I don't think he ever had it. So no play? Nope. Okay. Looks like you're looking at maybe his jaw area, and I'm not sure if it's the helmet of Andrews that may have got him or not, but Andrews is a quick runner, and he saw that there was no Rhythm help behind Roland, so he was just trying to get past the first baseman before the ball was thrown. So they had Andrews on the jump from first base. He had jumped the shark, I guess you just say, and he was off, and Miller held it long enough, did step off, throw to first, but the Rhythm just could not execute the rundown. So no blood, no fouls. What Brad Swope, trainer from Volunteer State, that's what he says. Brad and Jana live right across the street from my son Wilson and daughter-in-law Anna, and now my 3 grandkids. Eli, who you see on the bumper, his little sister Lucy, and now his little brother Graham Tyler. All right, so we're back where we started. Carson Reed's at the plate, 2 outs, and Javon Andrews is at first base. He is the leading stolen base stealer for the Chiefs. That pitch misses downstairs. Paducah has 31 steals and 39 attempts. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Andrews is 10 of 14. Leading team in stolen bases is Henderson. They have 86 out of 99 attempts. There's a throw over. Andrews back. Rhythm are 46 of 58. Second in the league are the Hoptown Hoppers, who have lost to the Madisonville Miners. Apparently they're playing a doubleheader. Runner goes. That's lined in center field. Oh, it's off the glove of Chandler. I thought it was going to be deeper in the outfield, but Chandler made a play on it, and it got off his glove. Andrews moves over to third on the single by Carson Reed. So with 2 outs, the Chiefs threatening here in the top of the second. Ball looked harder hit than it was. Matthew Henderson, the DH, steps to the plate. Henderson places baseball or will at Shawnee as a throw over to first. He's from Benton, Kentucky. I assume he played there. They have on their roster, some players indicate that they are incoming freshmen, but his indicates a freshman at Shawnee. Fastball high and in. Shawnee, I believe, is in Illinois. I've been there. There's two. There's another. Yeah, there's another Shawnee, and one of them may be Shawnee College, and one may be Shawnee. There's one at Shawnee State, but I know there's a junior college. It's in the middle of nowhere. As that pitch is called a strike at the outside corner. Mamie's watching and listening in Paris, Tennessee. Shawnee, yeah, I don't know. There might be another one there. But I know I've been to one. I believe it was in just inside Illinois. Swing and a miss. Like Henderson might have been expecting a breaking pitch there. Got the 1 ball. Miller trying to punch out Anderson, or Henderson. Sometimes we like to call him Anderson. Not going to do it on that breaking pitch. Jackson Zeller with the backhand. Going nowhere is Carson Reed. The Mayfield, Kentucky product. There was somebody famous played basketball for Kentucky from Mayfield. Who was it, that shooting guard? Breaking pitch swung on and missed, and a tag out ends the inning, and another Corson Fire and Security strikeout is Paducah. There's a couple of hits in the inning. Strands, too. There were no errors, although an ugly rundown play. And we're headed to the bottom of the second. Full count gets their second chance with the old Hickory steel press bats. Thanks for joining us on this hot evening in Hendersonville, Tennessee. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Drakes Creek Park in Hendersonville, Tennessee. The Madisonville Miners defeated the Hoptown Hoppers in, maybe I'm not sure that they played that early or not, 8-3. See if they have another one scheduled for tonight. I get my iPad to work.
Number 24, Tate Dickinson.
Scheduled for tonight, Hoptown at Madisonville, and that is a doubleheader that they started at 5 o'clock. So Madisonville takes game one. Then they'll wait a few minutes and then start up game two. Henderson Flash at Fulton. And Fulton is leading already. First pitch to Tate Dickinson in there for a called strike. Strike two. Dickinson playing in his 13th game for full count. He has just struck out on 3 pitches without a swing. Third strikeout for Avery Starks.
Number 30, Jackson Zeller.
Jay-Z at the plate. He's in the portal looking for a new home. He lines that one out to left center field, and that's going to drop in front of Andrew Dixon playing deep out in left field. And a one-out knock for Zeller from Knoxville, Tennessee. He's the state champion from Farragut. If you were with me the other night, I had a brain cramp about Grand Slams. I was confusing my Grand Slams this year with batters who've hit 2 home runs in a game. Well, Jackson Zeller's on both those lists. He's hit 2, including a Grand Slam. That was at Fulton. Actually, I think that was 2 weeks ago today. It was on a Monday. We ended up as Landon Rogers swings and misses. And I was thinking that there was a second person who hit a grand slam, but it was actually a second person who had hit multi-home runs, and that was Charlie Bozeman. He did that up in Henderson on the outside corner for a called strike to number 7. Used to live in Memphis. Parents, now they're living in Fairview, Tennessee. I assume in the Williamson County area. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rogers. Playing in his 11th game, looks at ball 2. So we don't have 2 rhythm players that have hit 2 grand slams as of yet. Last year we only had 1, and that was in the final game in the championship. Pop up in the right side. On comes Jack Robinson, and he will make the one-handed grab in fair territory for out number 2. I went home and immediately looked that up. I was so annoyed that I didn't have that information. But I'll do that from time to time. I'll bring something up, and then I'll think, okay, I don't remember the full and complete story there. Joel Chandler's batting 9th, and he's hitting here with 2 outs and a runner at first. Looks at ball 1. Chandler playing in his 14th game, hitting .289. 3 doubles. 7 RBIs. Avery Starks delivers low and inside. Undecided as an incoming freshman from Murray, Kentucky. And throw down to first, and tag applied after Zeller gets back. Pitch, I believe, was a ball. Did you call strike? He did. You're right. My guessing game, no bueno. That's lined into right field. That's going to get down for a base knock. And Chandler with the third hit of the ball game for full count. And a little two-out rally going as Rylan Moses comes to the plate. He's been a successful yard card this year. Mike Harrell has been successful calling yard card for Rylan Moses. He and Hudson Separulo lead the squad with 4 big flies. And Moses leads with 16 RBIs, and he's got an opportunity right here. And grounds one to the left side, backhanded by Gilbert, but he's got no play as Jonas Smithson, the third base coach, puts the stop sign on Zeller right away, and bases are loaded. Let's put them all on there. I got a hit. I got a quick clearing the bases. Yeah. Well, here is a grand slam opportunity. Probably not your top pick. Who's got a double card? You going double card right here? A little Debbie double? Ryder, yeah. Just clear the bases. 2 outs, and bases are juice. That's a nice pitch right there by Starks to nip at that outside corner. Moses tried to get it in the 5.5 hole, but a nice play by Landon Gilbert, the shortstop for the Chiefs, and a nice play by Carson Reed to keep that one from the backstop. A strikeout, a single, a fly out, a single, and another single. That's back-to-back hits. Brought to you by Twin Oaks Storage. Thanks to Eddie Smith. Fouled off the top of the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I looked up Twin Oaks Storage, and I think they're located either in White House or they've got a Cottontown address. Are they? Did he say it's in White House? Climate controlled, I read. I mean, sounds like a nice place if you need some storage. 2-2, and he's able to hold up on the high fastball, and we'll have a full count Ministries full count with the bases juiced. Rhythm runners should be going on the pitch. On deck, Gabe Jenkins hoping to get an at-bat. This is an opportunity for the Rhythm. Could score 2, and it's popped up. That is a can of corn in shallow center. Javon Andrews comes in and makes the catch for the final out. Rhythm threatened, but can't push across the Framework Athletics first run of the game. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 runners left aboard. We're through 2. No score. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
At the Hendersonville Firefighters Association, IAFF Local 3460, we believe our mission goes beyond the firehouse. It's about serving people, strengthening our community, and sharing hope. That's why we're proud to support Full Count Ministries and their dedication to developing athletes, building character, and spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. Whether on the field or in the community, we stand united in sharing the good news and making a lasting impact. Hendersonville Firefighters Association, Local 3460, proudly supporting Full Count Ministries. Go Rhythm!
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Welcome back. It's Tim Reese on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Aiden DeFrance down there sweating it out, broadcasting the Paducah Chiefs Not sure if he's got a camera up or he's just on radio tonight, but thankfully the sun went down quick and he's just out in the 104, feels like. No sun beating down on him. Wish we had room up here in the press box for a visiting broadcaster, but we just don't. An official score, a public address announcer, a clock operator, also known as a scoreboard operator, and typically 2 of us on the broadcast. First couple of years, we had a play-by-play and a color analyst. This is the 3rd year now that it's just been me broadcasting, and last year, a couple of games, my wife handled the computer, and she's been here about half the games this year. Landon Gilbert leading off, facing Trent Miller. Then back to the top of the lineup. There's that big, sharp breaking pitch that Miller keeps out of the turf, but doesn't get the call there. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the left-handed hitting Gilbert. See if it shows if he's a switch hitter. He is. 5'10", 185 pounds. He's an incoming freshman from Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I think it just said he's going to Cleveland State. I'm assuming it's Cleveland State Community College, and it's not the Cleveland State in Cleveland, Ohio. 2-2 pitch and a check swing. He went around on the high fastball. Gilbert wearing some yellow batting gloves. 2-2 pitch is high. Very high. Gabe Jenkins out there in left field. He's playing fairly shallow. Rylan Moses, regular depth in center field. Tate Dickinson, regular depth for a left-handed hitter in right field. Full Count Ministries, full count to the number 9 hole hitter, and he fouls this one off. And out of play toward field number 2.
And that's another AAA auto class foul ball. Redeem foul balls at the Merch Pavilion for a full count souvenir brought to you by AAA.
Gilbert will see another pitch. That's the overhand breaking pitch, but it stays high for ball 4. Second walk of the game by Miller in the first leadoff walk. Jack Robinson led off the second with a infield single, but he was quickly erased on a 6-4-3 Dudette double play. Now Andrew Dixon at the plate. Left-handed hitting outfielder. Struck out in the first inning. See if Gilbert takes off during this at-bat. Fastball catches the inside corner. Called strike. Rhythm will be on the road tomorrow to Hoptown. Take on the first place Hoppers. See what happens after the doubleheader today. They lost game 1 to the Madisonville Miners. Throw got out of the glove of Rowland. And laying on the turf is Gilbert. If you're not familiar, Drake's Creek Park field number 3. The infield is a natural or an artificial surface. The outfield is grass. Fairly new artificial surface after a storm a couple of Decembers ago. It's a chopper to the right side. Rowland's got it, and he's going to go to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. Nice play. Good hustle by Miller. But Gilbert is retired 3-6 for out number 1. Brett Haas, also a strikeout victim in the first, will step to the plate. 6'2", 205 pounds. Miller looking over his shoulder toward first base and delivers. Ball 1. Long pause by Miller. Now the breaking pitch that missed somewhere. I'm guessing it was up. Paducah came in with a .253 batting average, 12 home runs, which was second to last in the league. There's a swing and a miss on what would have been ball 3. Madisonville came in with 8 home runs on the season. Paducah 12. Runner goes, pitches on the outside corner for a called strike. Throw down is not in time. So a strike call and a stolen base for Dixon. That was a delayed call. Did you see that, Ken? It's another extremely delayed strike call. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now no force at second base. Overhand breaking pitch misses up. Full Count Ministries, full count. Miller starting to labor a little bit here in the 3rd inning. Had a 1-2-3 first and then allowed 2 hits and a walk in the 2nd. Now a walk. As he pitches to the 3rd batter of the inning. 2nd hole batter Brett Haas with Trey Dooley on deck. Full count pitch is a breaking pitch. And Miller not noticing yet that the home plate umpire is really not interested in calling a breaking pitch over the plate. So walk number 3 puts runners at 1st and 2nd. Brett Haas leads the Chiefs with 25 hits coming into today's action. Trey Dooley is right behind him at 24. And they bat 2nd and 3rd in the lineup. Runner from 2nd takes off. They're going to go down to 2nd. The throw is not in time. Trying to get the back end of the steal. So stolen base for Dixon and Haas. And now 2 runners in scoring position. Fastball catches somewhere for a strike. Just going to try to go back and see. Yep. That play there, maybe a little bit late arriving. Throw was not on the spot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dooley flew out to center field to end the 1st. Fulton in the top of the 6th in Low House Field in Fulton, Kentucky. 6-1 lead over the Henderson Flash. They are in 6th place. Check swing by Dooley, and that fouls off the screen. Reed Reinhardt started that game for Henderson. Now Riken Burkett is in the ball game for Henderson. Luka Dickinson, the starting pitcher for the Railroaders. That's well struck out to center field. Moses turns his back, and he's still going back. He's going to see that one sail out of here. Straight over the center field wall for a 3-run home run for Trey Dooley. Their 13th home run of the year as a team, and they lead 3-0. Was that fastball or breaking pitch there? I believe that was the breaking pitch. One out in the inning. Don't see a lot of home runs go out of here over the batter's eye. It's 370 to dead center, but just don't see a lot of them go out that way. And it's not like it's a hitter-friendly ballpark for home runs. Not a ton of balls leave the yard here as Jimmy Gamboa will come out of the Rhythm dugout and have a conversation with Trent Miller. Those are the first earned runs given up by Trent this year. And Jimmy from Las Vegas, Nevada will go out and have a confab with Trent. Let's see how many home runs Trey Dooley. I think he's got 3 now, but that is number 3. He ties Javon Andrews and Andrew Dixon for the team lead, according to Game Changer. And I hope that scorekeepers around the league can accurately keep track of home runs. Meeting's over. Pitch is swung on and missed. Slider by Jack Robinson. Three hits now for the Chiefs to go with their 3 runs. Swing and a miss again by Robinson on a pitch out of the zone. And Miller's ahead 1-2. He struck out 3 and he's walked 3. 3s are wild for pitcher Trent Miller. Stolen bases do not affect the scoring here in the inning, but there have been 3 of those. Lana Rogers playing third tonight. Joel Chandler at short. Ryder Blanchard at second. Nathan Rowland is the first baseman. Jackson Zeller behind the plate. It's lined right back up the middle for a base hit.
Second baseman, number 23, Maddox.
And that'll bring Maddox Cope to the plate. Miller's got him right where he wants him. They're in double play position. Cope grounded into a 6-4-3 double play last time up. That's what Trent Miller's thinking right now. If not, he ought to be. Out to right field. That's dumped in there. A bloop single for Cope. That's 3 hits in a row for the Paducah Chiefs. That'll bring Javon Andrews to the plate. .61 pitches for Miller. Trying to get out of the third inning. Ground ball foul to the Rhythm dugout. Dorn family, they're not here. They are, I think they had to take a trip. Prayers out to Rebecca Dorn for the passing of her, I believe it's her mother. Nice breaking pitch there. Called a strike on the inside corner. I think they were headed to Georgia for that funeral. And then I think maybe they were headed down to Florida, right, on vacation. Be back sometime toward the end of the first week of July. Ava is our normal clock operator. Ava will attend SLU down in Orlando. Student Leadership University. Saw the group from Long Hollow Church that was at the airport today. 1-2 pitch. Miller gets Javon Andrews chasing, and a Corson fire and security strikeout. Fourth of the game for Miller. And he might be pitching to his final batter, Carson Reed, who singled the last time, his first time at the plate. Another Vincennes Trailblazer. Swing and a miss. For some reason, I keep forgetting to put that K up there for that strikeout. Relying on my wife, the director, who's not here tonight. 0-1 pitch. Runners at first and second is high. Brewster's Ice Cream here at the park tonight. The only food truck I see out there. I see Larry Gore stepped out of his. As a matter of fact, he's over there talking to Todd Cox, full-time employee of Full Count Ministries, who's got a cup of Brewster's Ice Cream in his hand. Swing and a miss. Larry does a little of this and a little of that. He's not sure if he still works here at the park. Nope. Jackson Goddard, all things Larry Gore. Well, you do know his son, don't you? Sitting here thinking, how do you know Larry Gore? That breaking pitch got to be on that inside corner. And rings him up. A Corson fire and security strikeout looking. Fifth of the game, and that will end the third inning. And Paducah's taking a 3-run lead here with 3 in the top of the third. 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base. Headed to the bottom of the third, Full Count trails 3-0. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Safeware sponsors our game time temperature. Hot, hot. Look at those first responders. They show up in hot places with all kinds of gear on. Firemen, police officers. You ever seen somebody from the water department show up in the middle of the day to fix your water main? It's crazy. All right, we got a question out there on July 3rd, Paducah. That is a doubleheader. The Rhythm will play a doubleheader. It's actually finishing game 1 of the season, which was a 4-0 lead by Paducah. That game got suspended after 2 innings. So we'll finish that first game, which will be a 7-inning contest. We move to the bottom of the third. And then we'll have a 7-inning contest after that at Paducah. Then the Rhythm again on the road to Fulton for a 9-inning game. So that pitch sails right by Gabe Jenkins, moneymaker. All right, what happened on that first pitch? He didn't foul it, did he? Oh, it got by the catcher. Okay, that's wondering why we had a new baseball. I was looking down at my schedule. That's lined out softly, and it is Perfectly placed by Gabe Jenkins. He'll round first base with a leadoff single. Jenkins now 1 for 2. That's basically the same hit that Maddox Cope got. Little soft little flare out to shallow right field as Edward McLeod comes to the plate. McLeod was hit by a pitch. Fouls the first pitch off. Got a dog delivered? We got dog delivery? Which one of them? Riley? Was that? Oh, that was Colton? Colton Gore and a dog delivery. Well, it's nice to know people. 0-2, runners taking off. Pitches outside. Throw down is going to go into right field. Tracked down. Not tracked down by the shortstop, Landon Gilbert. And so that will be an error on the catcher. As the throw could not be handled. So Carson Reed and that is out to center field. That should be deep enough by McLeod to score Jenkins. And so right now an unearned run is the Framework Athletics first run of the game. But an RBI to McLeod and out number 1. And the Rhythm now trail 3-1. That brings up Nathan Rowland. He swings at the first pitch, grounds it through the glove of Landon Gilbert as he rounds first base. Infield single for Rowland. Well, you don't think he would have moved up on the fly ball from second to third? Okay. Put the runner there and a called strike. Dickinson at the plate. He struck out. He's seen 4 pitches, and they've all been strikes except that one is a hit by a pitch. The second time that a breaking pitch has gotten up into the hands of a Rhythm player. So second hit batter by Avery Starks. And so runners now at first and second with 1 out. Jackson Zeller at the plate. He singled in the left center field, but was stranded at third in the second. Does not offer at the breaking pitch that's outside. Got to get on my colored pencils in the right spot here on my score sheet. Breaking pitch nibbles at the outside corner. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. So Gabe Jenkins started off with a little soft flare out past the first baseman. Stole second, went to third, and we've got, that's a balk. He went to a base that was unoccupied, right? Throw down to second. He didn't step off of the rubber. They're throwing him out at third, and they're saying that it is an out at third. I thought you had to step off. He did not step off, I didn't think. I thought you had to step off to throw to an unoccupied base. But nobody's out of the dugout to chat with any umpires. So a caught stealing of Rowland. 1-5. 2 balls and a strike. That's lifted out to right field. Is it deep enough? It is. Jack Robinson makes the catch for the final out. The Rhythm score 1. I believe it's unearned on 2 hits in the inning, 1 error, and 1 runner left aboard. We're through 3-1. Paducah leads. We'll be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association called to the bullpen for full count. Jackson Grant is out of the bullpen, 6'1", 170 pounds. He's a left-hander. He is a redshirt sophomore. He is last pitch in college at Erskine College. He's from Flowery Branch, Georgia, Cherokee Bluff High School. And he is the son of Glenn Grant, grandson of Grandma in Peachtree City, Georgia. Mimi and Buddy in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Staying in the host home of Drew and Caroline Robertson. Had a gap year last year. In 2025, 3 games in relief, no decisions, a couple of innings, and did not allow an earned run for full count. This is his 5th appearance. He has 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs. They're earned. Has walked 1, struck out 3. He has a 1-1 record. And full count has 13 wins on the season, and 12 different pitchers have earned a victory. Only one has 2 wins. Can you name that Rhythm pitcher who has 2 wins? Ryan Sweeney is incorrect. Good guess, but incorrect. Matthew Henderson, the DH, is the first to face Jackson Grant. So we're going from number 27 to number 28 this season. Parker Davis, another good answer, but incorrect. 2 Trevecca pitchers right there. Could we go for a 3rd Trevecca pitcher? Veerkant. Luke Veerkant is the correct answer. 2 victories. Jackson Grant's had 3 wide ones here. Luke Veerkant, 2 wins, and 11 other pitchers with 1 win apiece. Ryan Sweeney got his first in that extra inning game up at Henderson the other night. Turned from a blown save into a win. That's not, he probably didn't want me to mention the blown save part. Ball 4, and Grant has walked Henderson, who struck out to end the second.
Shortstop, number 14, Landon Gilbert.
Trent Miller goes 3 innings. Allows 5 hits, 3 runs, they're earned. Walked 3, struck out 5, gave up 1 long ball, and faced 16 batters. Throw over goes to the right field line. Rounding second and heading to third. The throw is almost over the third baseman's head. So a 2-base throwing error allows Henderson to move to third. And I want to say that's the 4th throwing error by a pitcher this year. First error of the ball game for full count. Error for the Chiefs ended up leading to a run. Rhythm do not want to reciprocate. The switch hitter, Landon Gilbert, batting from the right side. Count moves to 1-1 Gilbert walked, leading off the third, but was quickly erased on a fielder's choice. Chops one foul. One, two. Let's see if we get the sweeper. Slow breaking pitch popped up in the middle of the infield. Jackson Grant gets out of the way and lets Landon Rogers come over and make the catch for out number one.
Left fielder, number 44, Andrew Dixon.
Back to the top of the lineup, Andrew Dixon will step to the plate. Lefty on lefty matchup, and Grant gets the first one in there for a called strike. Paducah Chiefs playing in their 10th season in the OVL. Let's see, did he go on the swing? And third base umpire Colby Adams says no. After the check from John Veltri. Paducah came in with an overall record prior to this season of 173 and 207. Just outside. So to date, they are 183 and 218 entering tonight's contest. Apparently just down to the tall leadoff batter, Andrew Dixon. 3 balls and a strike. On deck, Brett Haas. Fouled off the screen. And a Full Count Ministries full count. Railroaders still lead Henderson 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Dixon fouling off good pitches from Jackson Grant. These two teams playing for the 4th time this year. Full Count has dropped 2 to the Chiefs after winning game 1, and that was a walk-off sacrifice fly by Charlie Bozeman early in the season. Lost the last 2 games at Paducah. Ball 4 puts Dixon on. So 2 walks in the inning. Have runners at the corners. Red Haas been on base once via the walk, has also struck out. He scored along with Dixon ahead of the 3-run home run by Trey Dooley, who is now in the on-deck circle area. Throw over, he's going to try it again. Rowland has to step across the legs of Dixon. He does still throw sidearm to first base. Apparently that shoulder can't get above shoulder height. Another throw over and another step over. Thinking you might want to throw to the batter right here. Just spitballing though. Ground ball to a middle infielder. Who's got a double play card? That's a nice breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Haas thought it was going to come even farther in. It didn't. Doug Rogers had Luke Vierkant with 2 wins. sure he said it before we set it up here. He knows. Got a few Trojans on and off the roster here. 1-1 pitch, and there's going to be another throw over. There hadn't been a throw over that Roland hadn't had to step into the infield yet. That's how Matthew Henderson is at third base. An errant throw by Jackson Grant to first base on an attempted pickoff. Doesn't go, and the pitch is delivered for ball 2. Railroaders tacked on another one. They lead 7-1 in the bottom of the 7th. See if the Hoppers game 2 has started. Check swing, called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And game 2 of the Hoppers and Madisonville Miners has started. No score. That gets away from Zeller down to second. Will go Dixon, but Henderson stays put at third base. It's a wild pitch. Yeah, it hit. Now another full count. Ministries full count. There goes the conventional double play ball, and there's a ground ball to short, and they're going to go to third base to get the runner 6-5, and that will be the out recorded. An RBI for Haas. And the Chiefs get their 3-run lead back. That is an unearned run as Haas reaches on the fielder's choice. That brings up Trey Dooley. He hit his 3rd home run of the year, 3-run shot to put Paducah up 3-0 in the top of the 3rd. Get that second out up there. Ball 1 on the batter. Dooley 1 for 2. Just downstairs. Grant's not going to wow you with velo, but he comes at you from a funky arm angle. And about every pitch he throws up there has movement on it. That's a little bit high. 3 balls, no strikes. He has struggled to find the strike zone. 2 walks in the inning. An error and a fielder's choice. Put Paducah back up in the lead, 4-1. 3-0 pitch. Runner stays, is softly tossed across the outside corner. Ball 4. Trent Miller went 3 innings. He walked 3. And looks like Jackson Grant's only going to get an opportunity to walk 3 in this game as Josh Carmen is out. And that typically means he's asking for the baseball, and he is. So we'll take a break. We got a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
At the Hendersonville Firefighters Association, IAFF Local 3460, we believe our mission goes beyond the firehouse. It's about serving people, strengthening our community, and sharing hope. That's why we're proud to support Full Count Ministries and their dedication to developing athletes, building character, and spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. Whether on the field or in the community, we stand united in sharing the good news and making a lasting impact. Hendersonville Firefighters Association, Local 3460, proudly supporting Full Count Ministries. Go Rhythm!
This is Reese Snapper. You are listening to Full Count Rhythm Baseball with my grandpa, Tim Reese, on the Full Count Sports Network.
Hendersonville Firefighter Association call to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Gus Daniels, who is the first Rhythm player to have handled our clock operation up here in the press box prior to Jackson Goddard tonight. Gus Daniels, 6'7", 220-pound right-hander, an incoming freshman to Bellarmine in Louisville, Kentucky. He's from Cincinnati area, Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy. His mom lives in Fort Thomas, Kentucky. His dad lives in Mount Lookout, Ohio. That's Matthew. His dad, Jennifer Daniels, his mother, Jasper, an older brother who plays baseball at Heidelberg College in Tiffin, Ohio. He's got a grandpa and a nana both in Cincinnati. Also has a grandpa and a grandma in Alpharetta, Georgia, and another grandma in Alpharetta. He's staying in the host home of Doug and Rebecca Dorn. Is he the man of the house now with the Dorns out? Not sure if he has moved locations. Sometimes host families will have a backup plan when they have to go out of town. They've got a couple, 2 or 3 guys living there, so not sure what the situation is over there. Gus Daniels is on for his, if I can find it, he's on this sheet somewhere. There it is, 6th appearance, all in relief. He has 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those are earned, walked 2, struck out 11. He has plunked 1 batter, but he didn't mean to. 6.00 ERA, and Gus is going to be asked to come in and throw some strikes here, as he has 2 on with 2 out. Jack Robinson at the plate. He's 2 for 2, and the fastball looks a little bit faster from Gus Daniels after the soft-throwing left-hander. Robinson took a healthy cut, anticipating the fastball out of the hand of Daniels. See if he gets it again. He does, but it's low and outside. Brad Haas is at second base. He reached on a fielder's choice. Trey Dooley, the 3rd walk given up by Jackson Grant. 2 runners on are his responsibility. Nice stop there by Zeller on that slider in the turf. Tossed that mask out of there, making sure he wasn't going to run over that if the ball got by him. He's wearing the old-style mask with the coach's helmet, not the hockey-style mask. Robinson, a big, tall, right-handed hitter facing a big, tall, right-handed pitcher who's now gone 3 balls and a strike. Rhythm have walked 6 Chiefs tonight. Daniels has the sign, looks back at second, and delivers. Swing and a miss. Full Count Ministries, full count. The runners should be on the move with 2 outs in the full count pitch. Jack Robinson from Canby, Indiana, Mount St. Joseph. After going to Vincennes, and he strikes out, of course, and fire and security strikeout to end the 4th. 1 unearned run scored in the inning on no hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. The Rhythm has some work to do in the bottom of the 4th. Trail 4-1. Got a 5-game winning streak on the line. They do. Get the old Hickory Steel Press bats going. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
This is Son Snacker. You're listening to Full Count Rhythm Baseball with my grandpa.
Bottom of the fourth we go. Little Sloaney's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks with her family, and then her family's going to leave her with us. My 4-year-old granddaughter going to spend a week up with Grandpa and Zizi, Uncle Wilson, Aunt Anna, and cousins Eli and Lucy, and little GT, Graham Tyler. And her favorite, her all-time favorite, is her Aunt Dee Dee, her Aunt Delaney. Aunt Delaney lived down in Mississippi, Columbus, Mississippi, for about a year and a half, and the Synapka kids grew very, very fond of their aunt, the youngest of the Reese girls, and I know she misses them tremendously. Avery Starks with a 3-run lead will face Landon Rogers, Joel Chandler, and Rylan Moses. Trevecca, Montevallo, and Trevecca. That's a bunch of purple right there. Swing and a miss by Rogers on a slow breaking pitch. Starks has scattered 6 hits. Only allowed 1 unearned run. That's popped up. That'll get out of play. AAA Glass. Foul ball. Thanks to Dylan Doris and the Doris family for their support of Full Count Ministry and Full Count Rhythm. Saw Dylan on Sunday at church coming to pick up his, I guess, a couple of kids. I think he's got a couple of youngins in the preschool area. That's where I work. I can't graduate up to kindergarten or first grade. I can't get out of 2, 3, and 4-year-olds down there. They just won't give me that responsibility. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Starks with the breaking pitch gets the strikeout. And that is his 4th. Rogers now 0 for 2. Joel Chandler had a single to right field first time he came up. Tried to start a 2-out rally. Just didn't get enough people jumping on board. You got Rylan Moses, who had an infield single that loaded the bases, which was twin hits back-to-back. Brought to you by Twin Oaks Storage. Wave and a miss there on another breaking pitch. There is at least one college scout here tonight watching this right-hander from Murray, Kentucky. Swing and a miss. Something's going on with that breaking pitch right there, and rhythm hitters are not seeing it. The 1-2. Same pitch, but just down, and Chandler is going to be rung up. Umpire first base, Clinton Magnuson, says he went. So another strikeout.
The center fielder, number 10, Rylan Moses.
See if I can see that one on a replay. See if I can offer a replay opinion. No, he didn't go. He didn't go. He was backing out of the box while he was doing his 1/3 swing. Moses puts a careful eye on that one and sees it sail outside. Got 90 plus on here tonight. Watching on the Full Count Broadcast Network. I'm guessing that includes a few Paducah Chiefs fans. Appreciate you joining us where you can see some audio. Although I guess they could be turning the volume down, watching our audio and listening to Aiden DeFrance. But if they're doing that, they'll never know I said that. 1-1 misses outside. Jackson Goddard just got a delivery from Loomis Wells Fargo. cash was just handed off. Fouled out of play down past the Taj Mahal that is the third base dugout. Locker room for Hendersonville High School, weight room for Hendersonville High School baseball, and the batting cages. They got nothing on Liberty Creek, though. Liberty Creek has got a field house. That one bounces up, and one hops to Carson Reed. Problem is they got to share that with the football team and the soccer, chess team, tennis team. And Coach Alexander over there, Coach A, he don't play now. He rules with an iron fist. There's a full count first pitch foul ball off the bat of Ryland Moses. Moses 2 for 2 tonight, doubled in the first and had an infield single. Now with 25 hits on the season, that leads the club. And draws the walk. 2-out walk given up by Avery Starks. That's his first walk. He has hit a batter. And that may be the end of the night for Starks as that Kent Wallace coming out to get the baseball. That will end the night for Avery Starks. He's got 0 pitches out there on the board. Man, Jackson Goddard cleared that quick now. Let's see. If only there was a way we could find out on Game Changer. Or you could just ask the official score. Game Changer says 71. It's incorrect. I don't care. 71, 74. I'm not keeping track, but 72.5. We're going to split the difference. Although Ken does not have an accounting degree over there at Trevecca. What was that degree in? It was accounting? Oh, he does have an accounting degree from Trevecca. Where was the go-to place years ago, Ken, for accounting when you and I were going to college? Do you remember what people said? Yeah, what college in the area? Yeah, where I heard that's one of the top accounting schools. I went to Belmont. Belmont wasn't it. You went to Trevecca. I never heard Trevecca was the accounting top college in the area. Here's the two that I always heard. I always heard Lipscomb, and I heard Alabama. Did you ever hear those two? No? You went there to chase your girl there? It's a Nazarene school. That's why you went there. You were a Nazarene before you were an accountant, weren't you? We got a new pitcher, Kason Mitchell, a right-hander, 5'9", 170 pounds. Freshman at Brescia College, hometown Bardwell, Kentucky. Bardwell. And inquiring minds want to know, where is Bardwell, Kentucky? That's not where Brescia is it, Ken? Brescia's in Owensboro? Okay. Ryder Plancher with 2 outs and a runner. Hey, I never did get that runner on first base. There he is. Plancher going to face the right-hander. On for Avery Starks. Delivers a strike at the letters. Trevor. I believe Trevor's here at the ballpark. He don't mind to yell at an umpire. He's chimed in on the YouTube channel, though. Oh, Moses wants to take off. And it's a grounder to short, and they'll go the short way to second base for the fielder's choice. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base as Kason Mitchell comes in and gets the final out of the 4th. Paducah leads 4-1. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
In the bottom of the fourth, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese on the Full Count Broadcast Network. We move to the top of the fifth. Saw the home plate umpire writing something down on his card and looking to see who may have changed out there, but Gus Daniels still out on the mound. Maddox Cope is still on deck, number 23. And Jenkins still out in center. Moses still in right. Looks like Dickinson 350 feet away from me, maybe 400 away. Daniels will face Maddox Cope, Javon Andrews, Carson Reed, who were scheduled here in the top of the fifth inning. 4-1, the Chiefs lead. Trent Miller started the game, went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, walked 3, struck out 5. Right now on the hook for the decision. Got him. I mean, splattered on the window. We're not going to see that fly flying around anymore. Clean up on aisle 7, Irv. Saw one press box go down today at Volunteer State. Could this one be next? And a brand new quad of press boxes to be built right behind all 4 of the fields here. That looked like it missed right down the middle of the plate for ball 4. The 7th walk by Rhythm pitchers tonight. Center fielder Javon Andrews, who's walked once, struck out once. And ball 1. He walked in the second, struck out in the third. Squaring around a bunt, and he bunts that one to field number 4. That's a AAA autoglass on a bunt. Foul ball. Yeah, Jenkins is clearly in left field. Moses in center, and Dickinson is still in right. Somebody asking about the outfield alignment. That slider misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Can't deduce who the person is by their YouTube name there. Runner does not go, and the pitch is on the banks of the river for a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Javon, you might have needed a fungo for that one. Rhythm came in with a 3.84 ERA. That's tops in the Ohio Valley League by a full run. Next up was Paducah. They had 4.86 ERA. If you look on Game Changer and you have the ability to look at stats, their ERA is going to indicate something in the threes, but they are not computing their ERA on 9 innings. They're computing their ERA on 7 innings. Not sure why, and that's ball 4. Paducah Chiefs and the Henderson Flash and the Fulton Railroaders on their Game Changer shows their ERA based on 7 innings. I assume that is a default for Game Changer. Not really sure why, but our official score, Ken Stegall, had to go in. You had to flip a switch, right, Ken, to go from 7 innings to 9 innings on the ERA? Okay, well, they are for us for full count. Oh, you didn't have to do anything? Okay. Well, there's 3 teams that when you go to Game Changer, theirs is on 9 and 3 that are on 7 innings. I don't know the difference, so. First 2 have reached on walks, and that brings up Carson Reed. And he sees a pitch out of the zone. 8 walks in the game for full count pitching, and that is not typically a recipe for success. Squaring around a bunt and getting it down. Daniels will field and underhand to Blanchard, and a successful sac bunt for Carson Reed. That's 1-4 for out number 1. Now 2 in scoring position for the 8-hole hitter. Matthew Henderson, he, like several, has struck out and walked. Gus Daniels looking for a strikeout right here as the corners are in, and he delivers low and away. He's a youngin'. How many incoming freshman pitchers we have? We got Gus Daniels. We have Grayson Rhodes. We have our clock operator tonight, Jackson Goddard, incoming to Belmont. The other 2 to Bellarmine. Who else? Jack Cowan also going to Belmont. Yep. We have a catcher who's going to Bellarmine, Barrett Brown. That's another one that is on the banks of that river for a called strike. It might be it. Only there was a way we could find out. 2-1 pitch off the end of the bat, and Daniels has now gotten back into the count. That appears to be all the incoming freshmen. 2-2, and that's strike 3. Ring him up, of course, in fire and security. Strikeout looking for out number 2. What a time to snap off the best breaking pitch of the night. Second strikeout by Daniels. He struck out the last out in the 4th with 2 runners on. And now he's facing the switch hitting Landon Gilbert, who's walked and popped out in the infield. Fastball misses out. Madisonville Miners took a 3-0 lead on Hoptown in the first. Hoptown has come back with 2 of their own in the top of the second. They trail 3-2 as they bat in the top of the third. 4-1 here, Paducah leads. Swing and a miss. Fastball's up. Did I see I saw a little bit ago, Tennessee Sportsnet checking in. Is that Chase Denton? Saying howdy. Trevor called a yard card. I didn't see that. 2-1 is high and away. 3 balls and a strike. There is a base open, but you have the top of the order, Andrew Dixon on deck. I'd just go ahead and take my chances right here with Landon Gilbert, the incoming freshman, recent high school graduate from Bowling Green, Kentucky. And that one gets at the knees for a called strike. We'll have a full count Ministries full count. Of course, Full Count Rhythm is under the umbrella of Full Count Ministries. Jonathan Smithson, the director of ministry. Josh Carmer, the director of baseball, and that's going to be a hit by pitch instead of a walk. That's a tough way. I'd rather just take the ball 4, but Gilbert's going to reach on the plunking. And now the bases are loaded. Top of the order, 3 runners on via 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Dixon is 0 for 2. Struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, has a couple of stolen bags and scored a run. And he's also walked. Left-handed hitter facing the 6'7" right-hander. He takes a hack at a fastball, comes up empty. One pitch. Cope leads off a third, and that's 0-2. Daniel's been looking for the strike zone all inning long, and he's found it here in the Andrew Dixon at-bat. Nothing fat here, Gus. And he doesn't. Backs Dixon away from the plate. Nothing else happening in the park here tonight. Not in the baseball area here. That is the quad fields 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't think anything's happening down there at field 1 either. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Dixon chases the slider. And a Corson fire and security strikeout as Dixon strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 3 left on.
In the top of the 5th, no runs, no hits,
The
no errors.
Chiefs in 5 innings have left 9 runners on base. It is time for our ACS home builders. Half inning or between innings. And what do we have to talk about today? Full Count Rhythm came in with an overall record this year of 160 and 77. Now are 173 and 86 overall record. If you take the Prospect League 25 and 30 year out, just in the Ohio Valley League, Full Count's 148 up and 56 down. That's a 72.5% winning percentage, which is highest in at least the 6 years that Full Count's been around, or 5+ years. And as I've said earlier on the year, Full Count was the fastest ever to 100 wins. It took them 134 games And that happened in their third year of existence in 2023, a year that they won the championship for the second time, won it in 2022, 23, and last year, 2025, lost in the championship their first year of existence. A little bit of rhythm history brought to you by ACS Home Builders. That is the construction company for Cam Suggs, the father of Cam Suggs. And appreciate Cam and Jessica Suggs for their support of Full Count Ministries, Full Count Rhythm, and Missions. Head to the bottom of the fifth. Let's clear all this stuff out of here and get to that bottom of the fifth. Gabe Jenkins leads off. Looks at a called strike. Kason Mitchell delivers a breaking pitch outside the zone. Zach Williams asking a broadcast question. Is the field mic off? No, it's turned down because I don't have time to keep worrying about it. Swing and a miss. And I keep forgetting to turn it back up. Our Country Financial Zach Williams insurance owner-operator. Now it's up. Go ahead and yell. Zach, I can't hear you. 1-2 misses down. Avery Starks was the starter for Paducah, went 3 2/3 innings. Kason Mitchell now on, and Full Count Ministries full count to Gabe Jenkins with Edward McLeod on deck. Starks gave up 6 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, even though Game Changer says it's earned. Swing and a miss on a sidearm delivery, and Jenkins is down on strikes. First strikeout for Mitchell. Second time Jenkins has gone down. He's 1 for 3, singled and scored the only run of the game. And Gabe is racking up the Ks right now. He's leading the team in that category. He now has 20 strikeouts on the season. Edward McLeod does not have an official at-bat until right now. Grounds out to the first baseman. He was hit by a pitch, and he drove in the only run with a sac fly. He is now out, 3 unassisted. 2 outs quickly here in the bottom of the fifth as Full Count trails 4-1. Nathan Rowland's 1 for 2. Can he keep it rolling here in the bottom of the fifth? That's the first thing to get neglected, is that score bug when my wife is not here. I've got a score sheet to complete. Got to have it. That pitch missed somewhere. Rowland had an infield single in the third. Was caught trying to steal. There's a ground ball, 1 hop to third. Long throw across the diamond by Brett Haas is right to Trey Dooley for a 1-2-3 inning. The Rhythm go down quietly in their half of the fifth. We're through 5, scheduled for 9. Zach Williams says, just be a meat and potatoes kind of a broadcaster. Forget all this fluff stuff. We don't need all these stats. We just need meat and potatoes. That's me. I'm your guy. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th. Where are we going now? Here. How about a little Corson Fire and Security?
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighter Association called the bullpen. Oh, I missed that fly. 1 for 2. Corbin Craver out of the bullpen. Going to be called upon to throw some strikes here. Too many walks for Rhythm pitching tonight. They have totaled, that's 7. I thought I had Grant with 3. All right, Ken, you're going to have to go back and check. Unless you did. Yeah, I got Jackson Grant with 3 walks, but Game Changer's only showing 2. So now I got to turn that crowd mic down, Zach, Mr. Country Financial. Stay in your lane, bro. Brett Haas at the plate to face Corbin Craver, and first pitch he sees in there for a called strike. And make it strike 2. Craver coming in, dial it in. 5'9", 165 pounds. Redshirt freshman heading back to Walters State in Morristown, Tennessee. Tapper foul. Zach's already, he says, I can't question you, Ken. He said, I can't do it. I bet you on your score sheet it says 3 walks. Craver from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. It's really Old Hickory, but he was embarrassed about Old Hickory for some reason. Swing and a miss, and of course, Fire and Security strike out.
First baseman number 40, Trey Dooley.
Swinging strike 3 by Brett Haas as he's gone down twice. What happened? He texted you, said, that's Zach Williams. He'll get in and he'll mix it up, won't he? That old insurance agent. Trey Dooley at the plate, 1 for 2. He fouls out and back as Craver's doing nothing but pumping in strikes. He's the son of Christopher and Stephanie Craver. He's that, Corbin Craver. Brother to Hudson. He's got grandparents in Orlando, Florida. Nice slider right across a plate, sharp breaker right there. And Dooley's down in the count 0-2. Grandpa and Nana is what he calls them in Orlando. Grandpa and Grammy, they hang out in Dunlap, Tennessee. Swing and a miss, and a Corson. Strikeout. Craver getting after it. I got another headset up here. Zach, come on up. Quit texting and leave them kids alone and just come on up. Zach Williams, the first play-by-play announcer for Full Count Rhythm back in 2021. Did that home games for 3 years. And then he decided he and his wife, Maggie, wanted to start a family. Can't have a family if you're a play-by-play man. That falls to the analyst role, I guess. 1-0, catches the outside corner. I broadcast with Zach for 21, 22, 23, and then it was on to the Prospect League, moving up and getting the traveling in. Zach had his first baby. I guess little Maddox coming up on 3 years old in August. And then Zippy came along. Zipporah. You remember when she was born, Ken? You can't keep. You got it on the score sheet somewhere, right? Can't remember when she was born. She might be a year old now. 3-1 sweeper across for called strike. The Full Count Ministries, full count. Anybody know how many laces are on a baseball? Zach Williams wants to know. Full count pitch to Jack Robinson, who's 2 for 3. He is going to take a stroll down. They want to ask the first base umpire. And Clint Magnuson says no, he did not go. Pretty close pitch there, but ball 4. 2 outs. Runner at first base. And Maddox Cope steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Riffraff out. Zach, can you hear him? Out in front of the press box. Kids being kids. Fastball in there for a strike. Craver working quickly. His 7th appearance, all in relief for full count. 6 1/3 prior innings. Gave up only 2 hits. Gets a swing and a miss here, and ahead of the count to Cope. Walked 6, struck out 12, has plunked 2 batters. He has a 1-0 record. 2.84 ERA. He'd like to be the pitcher of record. That would mean full count would come back with at least 4 in the bottom of the 6, as that one's fouled off the screen. Count remains 0-2. He's the 4th pitcher of the game for the Rhythm. Left-hander deals. Gets by Zeller, and not sure if he was expecting a different pitch. It should be a pass ball, I would assume. You agree with that, Ken? Or you? Okay. That's a pass ball. It's looked like a pretty good pitch. Could have been a called strike 3, I thought, but it weren't. That's not good English, Jackson. Don't think that I don't know. English is my first language. 1-2's grounded to third. Landon Rogers throws over to Nathan Rowland, and that's the final out of the 6th. Time to get some hits and runs. Zach Williams. We need to be talking about him in the bottom of the 6th as we roll on. See who was coming up. That is 6, 7, and 8. Due up. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Somebody mistakenly thinks we're auctioning off uniforms tonight, apparently. Zach, the bid on number 34 is $595 already, so do you want to go to $600? Brandon Jaggers. He gets all the number 34s around. He's a matter of fact, he's walking around in, I believe, a first responder jersey, number 34, even tonight. Tate Dickinson looks at a slow breaking pitch in there for a called strike. He's due 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch last time. Stranded at second. That is off the handle out to shallow center. It stays up long enough for, let's see if you can see that, That's the shortstop makes the catch, Landon Gilbert.
Now batting the catcher, number 30.
Ran that one down for out number 1. Paducah scored 3 in the third. Rhythm came back with 1 in the bottom of the third. Paducah matched that in the top of the fourth, and that's where we stand right now. 4-1. Jackson Zeller 1 for 2. Looks at a called strike. He's a meat and potatoes kind of guy. Former broadcaster for the Chat State Tigers, now down in the count 0-2. Texted or chatted in the program the other night from the bullpen. .5'11", 185 pounds. He's a redshirt freshman. Son of Richard and Amanda Zeller, brother to Colton. Grandpa and Grandma are in Dallas. That'd be Texas, and he's going to go sit with a nice breaking pitch on the inside corner. Grandpa and Grandma are in Knoxville. He's staying at the host home with Joel Chandler at Fred Baldwin's house, and I saw Fred here tonight. Appreciate him being one of the host families this year. 6 straight retired by Paducah Chiefs pitchers. Second strikeout for Kason Mitchell, who's on in relief of Avery Starks. And I would assume that Kason Mitchell is the pitcher of record since Starks didn't get through the 4th inning. I'm sorry, whoever what? Oh, you're going crazy with that now, aren't you? Dials up a fastball there, catches the outside corner. You don't subscribe to the who pitches the 5th inning? Is that not the Major League Baseball? You're saying the scorekeeper's opinion of who pitches the most effectively. I bet you if we went back and looked Major League wise, swing and a miss, 95% of the time we would see it's the pitcher who pitches the 5th inning. If the score is like it is right now. You think it's 50-50? They want to check down at first base. Clinton Magnuson says no, he didn't go. Every time I check, sure seems like it's the guy who pitches that 5th inning. If the score is like this, where it's 4-1 and the starter leaves in the 4th or something like that. Okay. Full count pitch. That's going to be a hit by pitch. Instead of a walk, is that the second time we've had a full count pitch that's hit a batter? First hit batter by Mitchell. It's the 3rd Rhythm batter who's been hit by a pitch. Edward McLeod, Tate Dickinson, now Landon Rogers. Joel Chandler steps to the plate. Need Joel to get on base, and then maybe Rylan Moses smoke one out of here, and we got a tie ball game. Then we don't have to worry about who gets the win for the Chiefs. There's a called strike. We're looking for who gets the loss. And that's mo easier. You don't have to pitch that 5th inning and get a loss. Just got to give up that 1 run. 0-2. If you have questions, kind of like Zach Williams has, how many laces on a baseball in here, you can go ahead and fire them out. Or if you want to bid on jerseys that are not for sale, like Zach Williams. The answer to Zach Williams' question, how many laces on a baseball, Jackson Goddard will provide. 0-2, it's one really long one. Line and a right field line, foul. Jackson, how many stitches on a baseball? 112 is a very good guess, but it's wrong. But you're really close. I would call that well into the neighborhood. 116 is getting further away. Do what? Oh. Popped up. It might be playable. Over is Trey Dooley. And the catch is not made. Apparently it hit off the top of the maintenance shed just past the first base dugout. Joel Chandler the second. Trying to get the two-out rally stoked. Runner from first takes off. That's a breaking pitch right across the plate. Fooled Chandler, and Rogers, who was going on the play, he slides in just for practice. No runs, no hits, no errors. One runner left on base. And we are 2/3 of the way through this game. The Rhythm trail 4-1. Going to have to be a come-from-behind victory in the last third of the game. Be right back for more Rhythm action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Go to the top of the 7th. Corbin Craver back out on the mound for Full Count. Javon Andrews, Carson Reed, Matthew Henderson scheduled to face the Walters State Senator left-hander from Green Hill High School. Was teammates with Joey Greenstreet, former Full Count Rhythm pitcher, who's playing at Trevecca now. Greenstreet around for about 4 appearances. Ball 2. Let's see. I don't have Jackson's information now that he's no longer on the club. I guess he threw all he wanted to throw this year. Popped up. Is that back this way? Reach out there and save the cameras. Save the cameras, Jackson. That's your job, buddy. You got to get out there and get that net or something. We got a net around here somewhere. I'd like to thank our title sponsor, Chick-fil-A Rivergate. Chick-fil-A is how Sloan Snapka pronounces Chick-fil-A. And it's one of my favorite all-time words. Love to hear her say, Grandpa, let's go to Chick-fil-A. 2-1 pitch right down Broadway for a called strike. My grandson Reese, he coined the phrase movieator. We combine movie and theater, and it becomes movieator. Another great word as time's called. Javon Andrews says, I wasn't ready. Two-two pitch, sweeps on the outside corner, and home plate umpire John Veltri rings him up with a Corson Fire and Security strikeout to begin the 7th. Backward K. You can spell Corson. You can spell it with a backward K. Second time that Andrews has gone down on strikes. He's also walked twice Carson Reed's 1 for 2. He's got a single. He's also got a sack bunt. Not going to be sack bunting here as he twists away from the inside pitch from Craver. Don't call me Carver, he says. He's a Craver, not a Carver. Just missed outside. He's waiting for Veltri to raise the right hand, but he did not. Or, as some people say, he didn't. Swing and a miss. Two-one pitch, nobody on, and another swing and a miss. Reed, one of a couple of catchers that the Chiefs have employed this year, and he swings and misses for a Corson fire and security strikeout. Third and fourth strikeout in a row, or 2 strikeouts in a row, but it's the third and fourth for Craver. That is 10 strikeouts, or you got 11. Gus Daniels had 3. 8 plus 4, that's 12. I didn't even have to take my shoes off. That Belmont accounting degree came through. It's 1-1 count to Matthew Henderson. Struck out twice and walked once. Been a lot of strikeouts and a lot of walks. The 1-1 just misses. Five hits for Paducah, and they were all in the second and third innings. Big 3-run home run by Trey Dooley. The big blow. His third of the year went out of here directly over the center field batter's eye. I believe that is a couple of uniforms out there. So that's grounded to short. Joel Chandler to the second. Gloves and throws a strike to Nathan Rowland. For a 1-2-3 inning for Corbin Craver. 2 uniforms out there in center field. One is longtime Hendersonville High School manager, head coach Mike Hendricks, and the other one is for former Hendersonville Commando left-handed pitcher Zach Curtis, who also pitched at Volunteer State Community College and Middle Tennessee State University and played in the major leagues, pitching for Seattle Mariners and the Arizona Diamondbacks, I believe. So those are the 2 uniforms if you come to Drakes Creek Park number 3. We'll take a break and see if the Rhythm can get in rhythm along with Johnny Cash.
At the Hendersonville Firefighters Association, IAFF Local 3460, we believe our mission goes beyond the firehouse. It's about serving people, strengthening our community, and sharing hope. That's why we're proud to support Full Count Ministries and their dedication to developing athletes, building character, and spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. Whether on the field or in the community, we stand united in sharing the good news and making a lasting impact. Hendersonville Firefighters Association, Local 3460, proudly supporting Full Count Ministries. Go Rhythm!
This is Andrew Snapka. You are listening to Full Count Rhythm Baseball with my father-in-law, Tim Reese, on the Full Count Sports Network. Booyah!
Yeah! Okay.
Booyah! Booyah!
I want to get a little spice of them. I gotta get off. I mean, I'm getting.
It's never not funny. Let's get some hits here. Rylan Moses, a couple of them in today's game. A perfect line going so far. Double, single, walk. Can't hit a 3-run home run leading off, but you can sure start it with a solid knock as Kason Mitchell back out for his third full inning. in relief for the Chiefs. And there's a chopper to third, one hop. Haas has it and throws to Dooley, and Moses gets tangled up with Dooley's feet at first base. Dooley looks nonplussed about it, and Moses still on his seat. Dooley, also an outfielder. I'm not sure if he plays much first base. Nathan Rowland, for full count, is primarily an outfielder playing first base. Moses walking gingerly across the field as he comes back to the third base dugout. Brad Swope, the trainer, is over to confer with Moses as Ryder Plancher comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. It's Ryder time. Plancher to LSU Eunice Bengal. Looks at ball one outside. 5'10", 180 pounds. He's a rising redshirt freshman from Chalmette, Louisiana. He's majoring in finance. Robert and Tiffany, his parents. Mamo is in Chalmette, as is Papa and Mamo, staying in the host home of Dave and Trish Lamarbe. I saw Trish here. I assume her driver, Dave, is here as well. He doesn't move around as much as Trish does. Former Parks Director, 38 years, worked for the Hendersonville Parks Department. Now his friend and sometime son, Andy Gilly, treats him like a son, is the Parks Director here at Hendersonville. 3-1 pitch. Grounded it right to Jonas Smithson, third base coach. He makes a play. Hopefully he didn't damage any fingers there. Right-hander, rising senior at Trevecca, Nazarene, coaching this summer for Full Count. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. There we go. Julie's, just as I looked over there, come up with our verses. And there's a third hit by pitch on a full count pitch. Second hit batter by Mitchell. That's 4 by Chiefs, and that might be the last pitch that Kason Mitchell throws. I believe that's Kent Wallace, the pitching coach, coming out of the Chiefs dugout. And he's getting the baseball from Kason Mitchell, it appears. There is activity down in the Chiefs bullpen. Well, he's not getting it. He is out for a chat. Madisonville Miners now lead Hoptown 4-3. Hoptown came back and tied that game, and Madisonville scored a fourth run in the bottom of the fourth. This is a 7-inning game. It's game 2 of a doubleheader that Madisonville already won game 1. Hoptown came in first place with a 16-5 record, so they're 16-6. Henderson Flash, last check, they were losing to Fulton, and that game has gone final. The Fulton Railroaders get their 6th victory, and Henderson falls to 15-8. Picking up a baseball. Look like, did that get away from the bullpen? Let's clear the count and put the runner at first. How about it? 1 out. Squaring to bunt. Jenkins 1 for 3, a couple strikeouts and a single. Takes a pitch close, called a ball. So tries to bunt on the first pitch. Only thing I can assume is he's trying to bunt for a hit there. A push bunt to maybe a vacated second base. Maddox Cope playing way over toward the second base bag. And that's lined over the head of the first baseman. That's going to be down for a base hit. That sounded like a pitch off the end of the bat. And 2 on with 1 out. Jenkins now 2 for 4. And now another visit. That will be the last pitch thrown by Kason Mitchell. So we will take a break and be back after this message from, let's see, where are we going to go? Let's check out United Machine and Tool.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
New pitcher on the mound, number 99, 6'3", 175-pound freshman Johnny Bingham from Eddyville, Kentucky. Hard-throwing right-hander at Eastern Kentucky University. He is the brother of Gunnar Bingham, the former Paducah Chief player who was at Murray State, and going on my recollection, which at this advanced age is not really reliable. Gunnar Bingham played, I believe it was Gunner's his name, played for the Chiefs for several years. And I believe Johnny was on the team last year for a little while as an incoming freshman to Eastern Kentucky. Out for, I think he's had at least an outing or two this year, but a late arriving pitcher for Paducah, and they've lost a couple of their starters already. I saw that they had just come off of the active roster.
Once again, now batting for your Full Count Rhythm, the DH number 14.
So I'm not sure if the Chiefs have some reserves coming or not, or if their pitching staff is being depleted. Johnny Bingham, big right-hander, going to face a big right-handed hitter, Edward McLeod. Who's gone yard card here? Jackson? Oh. Ken Stegall, official score, saying yard card. Edward does not have a home run yet. Is this? He's due. He's definitely due for sure. Big man from Samford University down in Birmingham, 6'3", 230. From Mobile, Alabama. Bingham, he can dial it up there at a high rate. Edward is a business major at Samford. Another Bulldog. Ed and Katie McLeod, his parents. He's the brother of Harris. He has grandparents in Mobile. He calls B and Cookie. As Ryder Blanchard dancing off a second. And McLeod fouls that one off of our umpire on the 2-0 pitch. Edward has another set of grandparents in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Papa and Mimi. He's another one staying in the host home of Doug and Rebecca Dorn. Did not play this past year at Samford. He and Charlie Bozeman. And who's our other Samford Bulldog? Kason Hill. There you go. Jackson Goddard. Were you all in that? Did you have that, Jackson? You on that one? You know your teammates pretty well? Attaboy. Looks like everybody's okay, and we'll resume baseball. Rhythm with the tying run at the plate. Yard card being called by Ken Stegall. 2-1 is a called strike on the banks of the river. Hoptown has taken the lead over the Miners. 5-4. Bingham, he delivers that breaking pitch in the same spot, this time called a ball. Full Count Ministries, full count. Bingham looking in for the sign. He has it. Looks back at Blanchard at second and delivers. Good job by McLeod to stay on that breaking pitch. Full Count trails 4-1. Been no scoring since the top of the fourth. There's a Rhythm bat here in the bottom of the seventh. Trying to continue their winning streak on a 5-game winning streak. It's the longest of the year. It's their second 5-game winning streak. They started the season with it. And there's ball 4. Roll it over. He's just going to go ahead and put it on Nathan Rowland. Rowland's 1 for 3. He's got a few big flies. Let's see how many he's got. I'm thinking he's got 3. Nathan Rowland with 3 home runs on the season. He's got 9 hits, and a third of them have left the yard. It left, might not leave the infield. It's going to be an infield fly roll caught by the second baseman, Maddox Cope, for out number 2. So there goes Ken Stegall's yard card. It was a home run in the phone booth, maybe, but Tate Dickinson at the plate, 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. Time for Tate right here to deliver with 2 outs. He sees the big breaking pitch, sails right across the plate. Tate also an LSU Eunice Bengal. Sees the same pitch and the same result. 6'2", 195 pounds. He's from Belle Chase, Louisiana. Business management major. His dad is Patrick Dickinson. Mom, Monique Dickinson. He's got a sister, Rhea. Grumps and Nana are in Abita Springs, Louisiana. Papa Roo and Grandma in Belle Chase. That pitch sails high. He and Blanchard staying with Dave and Trish Lamarb. 7 games this past year for the Bengals. Got a hit in 7 at-bats. Hitting .237, playing in game number 13. Grounded up the middle lane, and Gilbert's going to just step on second, thinking about throwing to first, and then said, hey, wait a minute, how about I just get this easy out right here? And the Rhythm cannot push a run across. The fielder's choice retires McLeod for out number 3. There was 1 hit in the inning, 3 runners left aboard. 6, 9, 10, 11 runners that Full Count has left on base. Both teams have put a bunch on and left them on there. We're through 7 innings. It's 4-1 Paducah. We've got at least 2 to go here in Drakes Creek Park. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the 8th, Corbin Craver back out on the mound for Full Count. His 3rd inning, he'll face 9, 1, and 2. Gilbert's walked, been plunked, and popped out. He's 0 for 1. Chopper 2 short. Chandler gloves and nonchalant throw over to Rowland for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Left fielder, number 44, Andrew Dixon.
Top of the lineup, Andrew Dixon stands in. He's 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. I want to say this is going to be Craver's longest outing. So since I want to say it, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Typically, he's a 1 inning and then done. But he's been very effective tonight for Full Count. The 4th pitcher on for the Rhythm, and a 3-pitch strikeout brought to you by Corson Fire and Security. That's his 5th strikeout of the night. And Brett Haas will come to the plate. Dixon now with a hat trick of strikeouts. I got 13 Ks for Rhythm pitching, but I'm not the official scorer. But I know him. He's sitting 3 people down from me on the left. Game Changer has it. Well, it's got to be right then if Game Changer has it. Game Changer's never wrong. Except when it's trying to figure out earned runs or when and RBIs or when somebody inputs something wrong. That'll happen. Popped up into shallow right field. On comes Tate Dickinson, and he gloves it for a 1-2-3 inning, 2nd in a row for Corbin Craver. Good job by Craver out of the bullpen. Gone 3 innings, no hits. His only blemish is a walk in facing 10 batters. Surely the Sticks can get going here in the bottom of the 8th. We'll see right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
It's rally time in the bottom of the 8th. Rhythm trail 4-1 over the Chiefs, trying to even up the season series. Have lost the last 2 games to Paducah, 5-4 on the road and 10-7 on the road. Full Count will be on the road tomorrow at Hoptown. Then an off day on Thursday. We're back-to-back Hoptown. We're at Hoptown tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Back here home against Hoptown. Then the off day on Thursday before 5 games in 3 days, all on the road. Lord willing, I'll be able to travel to Paducah, Fulton, and Hoptown. Johnny Bingham's still on the mound. He delivers that slow breaking pitch. Sails right into Jackson Zeller for a called strike. Zeller's 1 for 3. Who's got him going 2 for 4? I do. Not on that pitch. That was that right there was not his best. Jackson says do over. You know how many 2 for 4 cards? I'm going to go right center field with a base hit. 0-2. Or a swinging strike 3. Well, I lost my single to right center card. Second time he's gone down on strikes. He could not figure out that breaking pitch by Bingham. First strikeout for the big right-hander. Came on in relief of Kason Mitchell, who went 2 2/3 innings. He was very effective, Ken. And he also pitched the 5th inning. 1 hit he gave up, no runs. 3 strikeouts, but he did plunk 2 rhythm batters. First pitch to Landon Rogers catches the river for a called strike. We've got our Full Count Ministries versus. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game and the Full Count Ministries versus of the game on the quick wrap-up show. Landon Rogers, former Briarcrest Christian Academy high school player. And as a freshman, all he did was play in 50 games for the Trevecca Trojans. 6'3", 170-pound, rising sophomore. Entrepreneurship is his major. The first test in the entrepreneurship major is, can you spell entrepreneurship? That's lined into right field, and it hangs up long enough for Jack Robinson to make the catch. And quickly 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Sladen Moses. So I'm going with our bat boy tonight. Joel Chandler steps in. 1 for 3. Struck out his last 2 times. He stepped in the batter's box. Facing his 3rd different pitcher in the last 3 at-bats. I believe. Let's check that. Yes. Yes, yes. He's facing Starks, Mitchell, and Bingham. The 3 Paducah Chiefs. Bingham with a very closed set out there on the mound. Don't fall asleep on us yet, Jackson. I know you've been paid, buddy, okay? But it's a full and complete 9 or 9.5 we're playing here tonight, okay? Is Chick-fil-A providing a meal today? Chick-fil-A? I love Chick-fil-A. Wonder if they know I'm a spicy guy. Todd Hundley, Linda Hundley, tearing down Rivergate Mall right behind them, or right to the side of them. Hope they don't get any asbestos dust on them. On deck, is there still Rylan Moses? That's a 4-pitch walk to Cason Hill, going to come in for Moses. So ball 4, and the second walk given up by Bingham, and Cason Hill will pinch hit for Rylan Moses. Jackson's got yard card. Pretty good yard card. He's been hot. I think he's got 3 home runs, and probably about his last 4 games that he's played in. Maybe 5. I assume Moses was not sure if he went out in that last half inning to center field or not. Fouls that one off. There were no plays by the center fielder, so I don't know. Well, Hill's been playing second base lately, and he's mostly been playing infield positions, but he has played outfield for Rhythm before. As that fastball misses low and away. Tying run is in the on-deck circle. So Moses ends up 2 for 3 on the night, reaching base 3 out of the 4 times he came to the plate. Injured on that ground out in the 7th as a wave and a miss on a slow breaking pitch. And Hill's down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chandler leads off a second. Wouldn't expect him to take off. A pitch on the outside corner is called a strike, and Hill is down looking. And that's the final out in the 8th. Going to have to be a walk-off if the Rhythm are going to get the victory. We will see who the new center fielder is and be back for the top of the 9th after this short break. You're watching and listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corbin Craver back out on the mound, and Cason Hill is the new center fielder. So we move to the top of the 9th inning. Craver to face 3, 4, and 5 in the Chiefs lineup. 4-1. Big blow, the 3-run home run by this guy coming to the plate right now. And you can just bet your sweet Bippy he's not going to hit a 3-run homer here. Nobody on. Can't do it. Don't care who you are. Craver delivers inside for ball one. Rhythm will be back up in Paducah to finish up the suspended game that was game one of the season back in May. And then another 7-inning game. That is on July 3rd. Ground to the left side. Backhanding is Chandler, and his throw goes way high and bounces back to Roland. It's a tough play right there. Backhand. We're going to go base hit, infield base hit. I don't disagree with that.
Right fielder, number 34, Jack Robinson.
Tough play in the hole. That is the play that Chandler made to end the game in the extra inning game up at Henderson. So not that he can't make it. It's just not a easy play. Jack Robinson stands in. He squares around the bunt and looked to me like he had that bat out there long enough. The pitch called a ball and no check down at first base. No bunt attempt here. Foul tipped into Zeller's mitt. Believe that's the only change we have on defense is Case and Hill in center field. Dickinson still in right, Jenkins in left, Lana Rogers at third, Joel Chandler at short, Ryder Plancher at second, and Nathan Rowland at first base as the half swing could not hold up. Jack Robinson, the right fielder. 2 for 3 tonight. Been on base 3 out of 4 times. Fisted off of the screen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mount St. Joseph, that's where he, I think, played college last year. Mount St. Joe's is in Cincinnati. Division III school, I would guess. Fastball delivered just outside the river, says the home plate umpire for ball 2. Played previous to that at Vincennes. Swing and a miss on a slider and a Corson fire and security strikeout for Craver. That's his 6th of the game. Craver pitching in his 4th inning, came in relief in the 6th. Was the 4th pitcher of the game. Trent Miller started, went 3 innings, gave up 3 runs. His first earned runs of the year. Ground ball, foul. Jackson Grant came in and had trouble locating his pitches, went 2/3 of an inning. Gave up a run. It was unearned. Walked 3, did not allow a hit. Faced 5. Gus Daniels, 1 1/3 innings, no hits, no runs. Walked 2, hit a batter. That's drilled foul by Maddox Cope, who's 1 for 3 on the night. Dumped a single into right field in the 3rd, but was later stranded after Trent Miller struck out the next 2 batters. 0-2 count. Down low. Had some mint chocolate chip ice cream. It was a swing and a miss. No throw needed down at first base. That batter is out, but Trey Dooley looked like he was going on the pitch, so that should be a stolen base. Is that what you got, Ken? Stolen base and a Corson fire and security strikeout. Javon Andrews at the plate. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. 2 outs, and he pops this one up to the second baseman. Ryder Blanchard makes the catch. And that takes care of the Chiefs in the 9th. The Rhythm need 3 to tie and 4 to walk it off. Full Count has a couple of walk-off mercy rule wins this year. Let's go through that one. Instead of going to commercial, we'll go to a little bit of what's happened this year. Walk-off wins against Paducah back on June 4th, a 2-1 sac fly by Charlie Bozeman. And then within the last few days, back on June 25th, had a walk-off, I believe it was a 3-run home run. I'd have to look that up. But 11-1 Mercy Rule walk-off win in the 8th inning on the 25th. And then a 14-3 Mercy Rule walk-off victory. Okay.
New pitcher for Paducah, right-hander number 25.
New pitcher Jet Long is on for the Chiefs. Okay. And this is a save situation for Long. Jet with an H in there from the U.S. Sports Academy, hometown Midland, Texas, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Only one walk-off loss. Of course, not going to have a walk-off loss here. That was at Hoptown back on the 20th. 5-4 loss. So the Rhythm looking for a walk-off win here at home before going on the road tomorrow to Hoptown. Hoptown leads 7-5 in the top of the 6th, and that's a 7-inning contest. Madisonville sticking with the number 1 team in the standings. Coming into tonight, Hoptown 16-5, Henderson 15-7 in second place. Full Count 13-9. Paducah 10-11 record. They're trying to get to 11-11. Madisonville, with the earlier win, moved to 6-15, trying not to go 6-16. Fulton got their 6th victory in 23 tries. So 2, 3, and 4 to face Jet Long, who's in for Johnny Bingham. And first pitch swinging, aggressive. Ryder Blanchard, a AAA autoglass foul ball. Blanchard looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3. Kason Mitchell, the pitcher of record. Not because he pitched that 5th inning. It's just because he was effective. That breaking pitch right on the outside corner. And Blanchard is down in the count 0-2. Gabe Jenkins on deck to be followed by Edward McLeod. At least scheduled. And there is a foul tip into the mitt and a strikeout for Blanchard. That pitch might have been down in the zone, but
Now batting, number 11, Gabe Jenkins.
Gabe Jenkins steps to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. Jenkins is 2 for 4. He's got a couple of singles. Scored the only run, and it was driven in by Edward McLeod on a sac fly in the 3rd. It was a hot one tonight when we started. Felt like 104 degrees here at Drakes Creek, field number 3. Fastball in the inside corner. Called a strike. See what our temperature is now. Still warm, I'm sure. 81 feels like 89. Cleared off a little bit. Jenkins backs away from that inside pitch as his teammate says, take it on the hip, we got ice. Rhythm have been plunked 4 times tonight. Bingham goes an inning and 2/3. No hits, no runs. Did walk 2 batters. The 2-1 breaking pitch curls across that inside corner. Two balls, 2 strikes. Another breaking pitch, but it stayed high. Full count, Ministries full count. Somebody's asking about the Henderson 7-6 loss. See if I can go back and look at that. I don't think that was a walk-off loss for full count. Full count pitch. Popped up and out of play. AAA Autoglass foul ball. No, that was not a. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th of that game. And the Rhythm did not score in the top of the 9th. So not a walk-off, as that's ball 4. And the Rhythm needs some base runners, and there's one. Bryson Hamilton is a pinch hitter.
Number 36, Bryson Hamilton.
VMI Keydet, Bryson Hamilton, pinch hitting for Edward McLeod. Edward 0 for 1 on the night, walked once, was hit by a pitch, and drove in the only run on a sac fly. So a couple of VMI Keydets trying to start at least the 3-run rally. Rhythm hoping to turn it into a 4 or more run walk-off. And we're and another pinch hitter waiting on deck, Separulo, Hudson Separulo. Bryson Hamilton, who's got a yard card for Bryson Hamilton? He's hit 3 big flies. Runner from first takes off, pitch to strike, and the throw goes into center field. Stolen base for Jenkins. That's his second of the night. Kind of surprised he's taken off in that situation. Last thing you want to do is get thrown out at second base, and your run really doesn't mean a whole lot unless you got other runners on base. But we'll move him down to second just the same. Bryson now 8 for 9 in stolen base attempts. Hamilton with a 1-1 count sees a breaking pitch catch the outside corner, and he's down in the count 1-2. Bryson playing his 14th game. He's hitting .320. 16 hits, including 6 doubles. That leads the team. He has 3 big flies and 11 RBIs. Who's got a yard card for Bryson Hamilton? Tapper fouling Hudson Separulo, who's on deck, waiting to bat for Nathan Rowland. Probably going to get my yard card. He walked it off the other night against the Henderson Flash with a 3-run bomb. Not going to be able to walk it off with a 3-run bomb tonight, but he could hit a 3-run homer. That would tie it up. But we've got to get Bryson Hamilton on base first. Bryson's from Norfolk, Virginia. International Studies major. Swings and misses. And he's going to reach first base. The catcher trips over the bat. Hamilton lays the bat down in front of him, and now the home plate umpire is going to chat with the other umpires to see if that's an intentional bat throw. There's no chance that could happen. So the swing and the miss occurred. The ball comes out of Carson Reed's glove, so it's a drop third strike. Nobody's on first, which is very helpful now that Jenkins steals second. So let's see if I can get to it. So, but Reed could not get up and get the baseball before Hamilton makes it down to first. I mean, he didn't run right away. Hamilton did not run right away. And they're going to say he is safe at first base on the drop third strike. So that's a wild pitch. So it's a strikeout and a wild pitch to Long. And that puts runners at first and second as Hudson Separulo comes to the plate. Separulo pinch hitting for Nathan Rowland. Scott Tucker out conversating with Clinton Magnuson, the first base umpire. John Veltri, the home plate umpire. He's taking a note probably to indicate that Hudson Separulo, not Keparulo, is pinch hitting here in the bottom of the ninth. Last time he hit here, he walked the Rhythm off with a 14-3 victory over the Henderson Flash. Pops that one up and out of play. First pitch he sees. AAA auto glass, foul ball. Mamie still listening in Paris, Tennessee. Mary Kate, his mom up there in Paris. Tommy down in Jackson. Separulo playing his 15th game, hitting .319. 15 hits, including 4 bombs, 1 double, 14 RBIs. Also walks at a high rate. Rhythm looking for him to drive in some runs right here. Find a gap, and Jet Long is staying away from Separulo. The 4th right-hander on for the Paducah Chiefs. And that one sails high, and the count goes 3 balls and a strike. On deck, Tate Dickinson. Three balls and a strike, 1 out, 2 on. Rhythm need 3 to stay in the game. That's a ground ball to second. Could be 2 over to short for 1, and the throw to first, not in time. Sounded like a broken bat, but the slow ground ball results in only 1 out. And runners at the corners. Let's see if they pinch run for Separulo. A good job by Chiefs defense there just to make sure to get an out. You need 1 more out. Dickinson is at the plate. I'm going to go yard card. It's a wild pitch. And there's going to be the second run on the wild pitch. Second wild pitch of the inning. And now the Rhythm only need 2. Might as well use the yard card. You don't get to take them home with you. It would be Tate's first of the summer season. He had a pitch to hit right there and just underneath it. Somebody had the yard card on Bryson Hamilton. Rhythm could also just take a single or a double. That's going to flare out to right field, and it's going to stay up long enough for Jack Robinson to make the catch for the final out as Paducah holds on and wins a game that takes 3 hours and 13 minutes. A 4-1 game. The winning pitcher, Kason Mitchell, saved to Jet Long, and the losing pitcher, Trenton Miller. And Miller falls to 1-1 on the season. And I don't know how many wins or saves that Kason Mitchell has. Full Count scores 1 in the bottom of the ninth, but can't get the tying runs on base. So 1 run, no hits, a couple of wild pitches, and a walk. And they strand 1 runner and fall to the Paducah Chiefs, who even their record at 11-11. Full Count's winning streak ends at 5. They have 2 5-game winning streaks, and they fall to 13-10 on the season. Chiefs now with 2 wins in a row. They've had a 5-game winning streak and just came off of a 5-game losing streak. Paducah will, let's see where they will go tomorrow. On Thursday or on Tuesday, they will travel to Henderson, and I believe they're playing a doubleheader tomorrow against the Flash. So the Chiefs at Henderson tomorrow, doubleheader. Full Count will travel to Hoptown for a single game. And our player of the game, who do we have tonight? I'm going to go Corbin Craver. He goes 4 innings. Where do I have? There we go. Craver goes 4 innings, gives up 1 hit, no runs. Walked 1, struck out 7 as he faced 14 batters. Corbin Craver does not figure into the decisions at all, but a great job of relief for the Rhythm. He is your Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. And our Full Count Ministries verses of the game is sent in by Julie Sweeney in Colossians chapter 3. We're going to go 12 through 14. She had a little bit too long of a verse. Normally we just do 1, maybe occasionally 2. We're going to go 12 through 14. It says, therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. It's Colossians 3, 12 through 14. Tonight's Full Count Ministries verses of the game. Thank you, Julie Sweeney, for sending in the suggestion. And appreciate all of you watching and listening tonight. The Chiefs fans, appreciate you joining us on the Full Count Broadcast Network. And for the loyal listeners out there, Mimi in Paris, Tennessee, over there in Henry County, and all those who chimed in. Ryan Sweeney is traveling back home and should be on the trip to Hoptown tomorrow those that checked in with questions, Doug Rogers from Fairview, and Trevor, as always. Zach Williams didn't get a chance to get any Country Financial Zach Williams insurance runs tonight. Try to do it from Hoptown tomorrow. Appreciate all of our sponsors. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate providing the meal tonight. And Brewster's, there's the S for spicy. Brewster's ice cream truck was here tonight. Larry Gore operating the machinery as this game is final. Paducah gets the victory over Full Count, 4-2. For Josh Carmen, the general manager and head coach, for the rest of the rhythm section, Ken Stiegel, our official scorer, Chris Freeman, our public address announcer, Jackson Goddard on the scoreboard tonight, and for my lovely wife, the director, who is not here tonight. Hope she's feeling better when I get home. This is Tim Reese saying God bless you and thank you for watching and enjoying Ohio Valley League baseball right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.